Iraqi Dinar Revaluation. Nearing public release. $4.81 rate confirmed in private channels. Welcome to Iraqi Dinar RV Watch, your go-to hub for up-to-date intel, financial insight, and breaking developments in the long-awaited IQD currency revaluation. A major update has surfaced from high-ranking institutional sources, confirming that the Iraqi dinar is prepped and primed for international rate visibility. According to those familiar with internal forex testing environments and classified financial briefings, the IQD is actively displaying a rate of $4.81 against the US dollar, a signal that Iraq may be moments away from a global financial turning point. Let's break down what this development means and why it's critical for investors, currency holders, and global economic observers alike. Behind the curtain, the $4.81 rate is real, but not public sources embedded within large financial institutions and forex trading desks report that the revaluation rate is live internally, yet not visible to the general public. This is known as the suppression staging phase, a term describing the deliberate hold on full market activation despite technical readiness. To be clear, the rate does exist within private forex systems used for testing and institutional analysis. It's just not yet available on public trading platforms. According to experts monitoring UV telemetry systems, secure digital pipelines used to test global currency transitions, the IQD has completed technical onboarding for its revalued rate. This means every key piece of infrastructure, including bank settlement mechanisms, international wire systems, SWIFT protocols, and cross-border exchange frameworks, is in place and functioning with the updated valuation. The only barrier now? Political and economic timing. This is not a gradual rollout. It's a flip of the switch. Intel groups agree. When the rate is publicly activated, it will happen instantly, not in stages. This is a binary launch, a hard trigger that immediately replaces the current exchange rate with the updated figure, without warning or a drawn-out transition. Unlike past reforms that moved incrementally, this revaluation is said to be pre-programmed and ready to go live at the moment international conditions align, both geopolitically and economically. From a logistical standpoint, Iraq is ready. It's the timing of the reveal that remains in question. Forex implications. Fixed versus float. A critical topic of discussion across online intel communities, especially within chat rooms like EMPI, is whether the Iraqi dinar will debut as a fixed-rate currency or under a managed float system. One contributor clarified that true forex integration makes a permanently fixed rate nearly impossible. Forex, by definition, is built on market-driven price discovery. If Iraq joins international forex markets, the rate will likely start at a baseline, go $4.81, and adjust through controlled fluctuations based on demand, investor confidence, and central bank interventions. That would indicate global institutions trust Iraq's financial reforms, economic strength, and central banking discipline enough to allow real-time trading of its currency. Consistency in rate projections, $4.81 to $4.91 range of several notable voices in the IQD space, including respected figure Mark, have corroborated this internal rate, citing conversations with bank insiders. The consensus among these private sources is a launch rate between $4.81 and $4.91, with no extreme variations. This consistency across independent sources implies that the rate is not speculative or unstable. It's structured, agreed upon, and finalized, just awaiting the green light for public release. Article 8. Status Iraq, now a convertible currency. Another major milestone confirmed by institutional analysts and currency experts such as Walking Stick is Iraq's compliance with IMF Article 8, the designation required for a nation's currency to be fully convertible on international markets. This status lifts previous restrictions and allows for free, unlicensed exchange of the dinar across borders. In effect, the IQD is now treated like any other major global currency, from the euro to the yen, with no special permissions needed for international use. This is not just a symbolic win for Iraq. It represents structural integration with the global financial system and serves as a prerequisite for credible participation in international trade and investment flows. On-the-ground intel. From Iraq, central bank moves support. Dinar strength. Direct reporting from sources inside Iraq, including respected commentator Pimpy, reveals that the Iraqi central bank is actively working to reduce the presence of foreign currencies, especially the U.S. dollar, within the domestic market. By pulling USD from circulation and emphasizing IQD usage in local transactions, Iraqi officials are creating natural demand for the dinar. This demand, in turn, supports the valuation and enhances public purchasing power. It's classic supply and demand economics, and Iraq is executing the strategy with precision. Fewer foreign notes in the economy equals higher domestic currency demand equals stronger exchange rate. Financial infrastructure, ready for global flow. According to further breakdowns from Walking Stick, internal memos circulating among Forex groups confirm that Iraq has completed full integration with global settlement systems. This includes bank wire protocols, international payment messaging systems like SWIFT, and cross-border fund transfer capabilities. These integrations are essential for a smooth rollout of a revalued currency. Without them, institutions wouldn't be able to move funds, exchange currencies, or finalize international deals efficiently. But now the green lights are everywhere. Geopolitical shifts, U.S. eyes. Iran's influence in Baghdad. Recent public remarks from U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio warning of increasing Iranian sway in Iraq signal potential upcoming diplomatic realignment. Analysts believe this is part of a broader strategy to anchor Iraq more firmly to Gulf nations and Western financial systems, thus boosting global confidence in the dinar's stability and future. The closer Iraq aligns with stable investment-friendly powers, the more secure its currency becomes in the eyes of global markets. The Lop fear: will Iraq remove the zeros? A lingering concern in the IQD community is whether Iraq will implement a redenomination before revaluation, the so-called Lop scenario, where the central bank removes 3 zeros from existing notes, reducing potential profits for holders. Currently, there is no concrete evidence that this will happen. On the contrary, statements from the CBI and actions on the ground indicate a strengthening of the existing note structure, not a redenomination. That said, investors are wise to stay vigilant and prepared for all scenarios. Next steps for IQD holders. Time to get ready. With the rate visible internally and the infrastructure fully ready, now is the time for serious investors to finalize their exit plans. Verify your holdings through authenticated receipts. Choose your exchange location or banking partner. Consult with a financial advisor about tax liabilities and reporting obligations. Organize all your documentation to ensure smooth access once the rate goes live. Prepare for potential appointment-only exchanges during the first 72 hours, especially for large volume holders. Conclusion: the countdown has begun. Everything is in place. The internal rate is real, the systems are synced, and Iraq is internationally positioned to launch a revalued, tradable currency. All signs point to the final delay being political, not technical. When the moment comes, it will be fast, decisive, and historic. Stay sharp, stay informed, and remember, Financial preparation is just as important as the investment itself.